What's going on, everyone? So my fiance wanted me to react to this video of Austin's Snap story. I don't really know the situation too much about this whole thing. I know who they are. I know this is, a lot of drama going on right now. So I reacted a little bit to a clip of it, which she showed me on our TikTok, which you can check out the description below. But she wanted me to react to the whole thing. So let's react to the whole thing, and yeah, let's see what he's saying on his Snap story. So,
which is the mother of my kids and my kids, but I have been left with no choice. I'm feeling all type of emotions right now. I'm sad.
As a man, it stresses me out that his goatee is more, he's got more hair on this side and this side. Hey, I ain't hating, I'm just saying it's stressing me out.
I'm mad. I feel that I've been blindsided.
Okay, so he's saying he's been blindsided, but as we all know, he's the one who's been cheating, but he's the one who's been blindsided. So, okay.
Blindsided because, as you guys know, and what you guys have seen for the past year and a half, Catherine and I have the best co-parenting situation that any parent can ever ask for. We actually have a better relationship now than we did when we were married. I look at Catherine as a best friend.
How you break up with someone and have a better relationship after, I'll never understand.
Friend, someone that I talk to every day, not just about whenever kids, but about life. She called me last week about her boyfriend, how he had a homeless guy sleeping in his car.
Wait, what? Who had a homeless guy sleeping in the car? For starters, I don't know if he's making this up. This whole thing is meant to be about him telling, everyone the whole situation about him cheating. So I don't know if he's already like trying to be psychological and kind of going around it, I feel, but
I was just over her house bringing the kids pizza, not just the kids, but her and her boyfriend pizza. We were all sitting in her living room eating the pizza.
This is a bloody weird relationship. Weird relationship. How he's not meant to be with this Catherine, his ex-wife, anymore, but he's still around their house. A pizza, there's homeless guys, there's lots of stuff to take in.
Laughing and smiling. And then the next morning...
Have you seen his sleeves? Why has he rolled his sleeves up like this? This guy.
Is when the snippet of her book comes out, and it talks about how I'm a terrible person and how I was a terrible husband. Not once.
What do you think she was gonna say? So it looks like Catherine, she's coming with a new book. Book's about to get released. I'm guessing there's a lot of bad stuff about him in the book, even that he clearly cheated, which I did see the clip of him saying that he did, but now he's, she's claiming he's a terrible person, and now he's mad about that. So let's check this out.
Did she ever come to me and talk to me about this book? Yes, I was aware she was writing this book for the past however long. And I actually congratulated her when I first found out she was writing a book.
You silly goose. You think that she would write a book and it would be all good stuff about you? If you were in the book, you cheated on her probably multiple times, okay? You stepped out of a relationship multiple times, right? And you think if you were gonna be in the book, you think it was gonna be good stuff? Why would you even be congratulated? You should be shitting your pants if you think it's gonna be, if you're gonna be in the book.
Because obviously I had no idea what the book was about. I just was very proud of her that she was doing something new and something.
Finessed you, lad. She finessed you. You've tried to finesse her, she finessed you.
For herself.
Long pause. Got that long pause going on. Feel sorry for me. Feel sorry for me. crocodile tears are gonna start, I guarantee it.
For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, Catherine recently just released a snippet of her book that she wrote alongside a professional author that helped her write this book. And
I don't know why he's saying that. That you know, not a lot of people write a book by themselves, especially the first time. He had so much more context and detail to every point he comes out with. And I think that's a guilt thing because he's trying to push everything which he's about to say on to other subjects. It's pretty clever.
the book was manipulated and she did not tell the full truth, which is why I'm here today to tell you guys the full truth and to tell you guys what really happened. I don't know about you guys, but I find it very odd that the first chapter of her book is about me and not about anything about her. It's about me and how I was a terrible person and a terrible husband when this book is supposed to be an autobiography.
Is she wrong though, lad? Is she wrong? You know, you did cheat. How many times? We're probably gonna find out. But you know, if someone writes a book, they can start it or finish it, or you know, they can write however they want to. So I think he's got a problem. You know, you were a huge part of her life, so why wouldn't it start with you, or you know, have a lot of you in it? She's trying to sell copies, remember, too.
Biography about her life. It could have been about anything else. She talks about her family in the book. She talks about ayahuasca. She talks about her new guy. But she wanted to use me in this snippet to reel everybody in for clickbait and to monetize from the book. Usually when someone writes an autobiography about their life, it starts with, hey, my name is, not Dolores.
I don't think this Austin lad's read many books or autobiographies, because I've read a few and I don't think any of them start like that. Any of the ones I've read, and I've read quite a few, so it's just another thing of him trying to make, you know, keep his fans, really, if that makes sense.
That's definitely not how she started. And that's why I feel like it was a setup. Reason why I say a setup is because when we went through our separation and we decided to announce it to the world, her and I were trying to figure out what was the best way of doing it. I felt the best way of doing it was coming out with a YouTube video together, her and I side by side. And I even told her that, hey, I'll do all the talking, I'll take full accountability for my actions and all the mistakes that I've made. I said, you don't have to say anything if you don't want. Even though you've made mistakes and I've made mistakes, I'll go ahead and take all the blame. She didn't want to do that. So it left.
Why would she want to do that? I think this guy's so delusional that he's done all this cheating and hurt her, and she's just been cordial to this point. She's just been playing him now. Like, you know, he's been playing her all this, for how long, I don't know, by the sounds of it. And now she's just, you know, been getting up to this point, staying cordial with him, and now she's gonna come up with this book. All the truth's gonna come out, and he is shitting his pants. That is what's happening.
With no choice but to make my own video. I decided to make my own YouTube video, and in that video, I basically exposed myself. And it's crazy because I still have that video today.
Now, did he expose himself, or did that girl, which was going around TikTok and YouTube, expose him? And then he exposed himself. So, you know, would he have ever said anything if this girl or these girls who are coming out with stuff ever, you know, made videos?
Which I'm going to show you guys right now. here's the video. The video is over 30 minutes long, so obviously I'm not going to share the whole video, but I'm just going to share a short snippet to show you guys that I did make this video. It caused me to seek it elsewhere. It caused me to...
Oh, the emotion. The emotion. Feel sorry for me. She was a terrible wife.
Make bad decisions. I admit, I've failed as a husband.
Yo, can't make this up. Can't make this up. I told you it's gonna be crocodile tears. It's gonna be feel sorry for me. Feel sorry for me. I'm the one who's been, you know, doing wrong, stepping out, and this is what, you know, is the only thing for him to revive his channel and his you know, his fans.
So, as you guys can see, it was 30 minutes of the video of me just exposing myself, and I obviously
You got exposed.
shared that video with her to get her approval before posting it. And long story short, she didn't want me to post it, and this is what she had to say about it. I also want you guys to know that I'm gonna have receipts throughout this entire video, and the reason why I have some of these receipts is because I knew that one day there was a possibility of something like this happening. And you guys have seen it time and time again, where couples...
Why? Of course it's gonna come out. Of course it's gonna come out. I feel like he's doing so much explaining. He's explaining like crazy, evidence, receipts. Now he's gonna say like, just say you messed up and cheated, and you know her writing a book shouldn't be a problem. Like, manipulating apparently she is, or is she just telling the truth and you don't want to, you know, all your fans to see that you're a dirtbag? I don't know.
break up, and there's always some sort of exposing. And so I just wanted to be able to have my own truth just in case something like this happened. And this is why I have certain recordings. So as you can see the date on here, I filmed that video on June 12th, which was a week before we announced our separation on Instagram. Here is a recording which was on June 13th.
Bro, your separation, she's probably been separated for such a long time, because by the sounds of it, you've been cheating a long time, boy.
Sorry, January 13th, which was the day after.
This guy's hilarious. He's like, he's like, it's crazy. He's just showing the voicemails, showing the time, showing the dates. Boy, show the dates and times you were meeting these girls.
I filmed this video, and this was her response on why she felt I shouldn't post the video.
Yeah. So I'm saying, is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, but do I have to worry about like you, like saying something like after and stuff?
So I'm basically asking her like,
That was the smallest snippet. Like, what are we gonna get from that? What are we gonna get from that? He literally just press play and pause, play and pause. Like,
what is okay for me to say? She showed me her statement that she had, and I was like, okay, well, I had no say in that. You're doing what you want to do. Am I allowed to do what I want to do?
bro, by the sounds of you, boy, you've been doing what you wanted to do. You've been doing that. You've been doing all of that.
No, you just say
I'm just-
you weren't happy.
Okay, I'm just asking.
Like, say what you said in your video. I just think your video would have been, you would have had a lot of backlash. I think this way is much more organic.
So as you heard what she said that if I was going to release this video, I would get a lot of backlash, as if she cared about me getting backlash.
Bro, how you think that she cared is you're delusional at this point. Like, you haven't cared about her by doing all this cheating, stepping out, and then, you know, acting like everything's okay. And then she's probably been lying about all the stuff she's saying to you, but can you be mad at her when you've been doing all the stuff behind her back? And if she did know, and then, oh, it's crazy. And now you're you're trying to use all these lies she might have told you about what she said or what she's not going to say to you, and now you're going to use that to help your argument that she's a bad person and you're not a bad person, or you're less of a bad person.
What is happening now? You would expect her to be okay with, back then when we were separating at that time, to be okay with me getting backlash or her saying what she needed to say back then. But a year and a half later, you didn't want me to put this video out because you didn't want me to get backlash. Then what's happening now? Why now? So again, I felt set up because she didn't want me to expose myself back then when we were going through a separation a year and a half ago.
Bro, you got exposed by that gal on TikTok, you silly goose.
She wanted to expose me and save it for her book when her book came to receive monetary value. So here she continues to talk about how she doesn't feel handcuffed anymore and how she is able to move on with her life because she was able to put out the statement that she wanted to put out. She wanted to tell her that was her side of the story. And now I'm basically just asking her if it's okay for me to tell how I feel in my side of the story.
He's giving me a headache. He's giving me a headache. Like legit, this guy just talks. He's just talking. Have you noticed he hasn't admitted one thing that he's done bad? He's making it all about her. Like, oh, she lied to me here. She told me not to do this. She said she wouldn't say this. She's got no reason to do anything that he says anymore, right? Because he's been doing all the lying and cheating, and all these girls are coming out and exposing him, and he's scared right now because we don't know what he's done, you know. Innocent till proven guilty shit, but these girls are also showing receipts. So, and you know, this Catherine girl, his ex-wife, definitely left him for a reason, right? So, pretty crazy. His rolled up sleeves are really stressing me out though. He could have just wore a tee, you know, he could have just kept it simple. His goatee too, which is uneven, is also stressing me out.
The story. And this is what she proceeds to say. Okay, it's good. That's good.
Because now I'm finally.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, but I'm saying I'm glad you're saying that.
But I do.
So you don't have to keep reverting back to.
But I do agree. What you're saying is that you don't want to feel like you're being attacked in any way, or like I'm.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to keep worried about you,
I don't want you.
Because my concern was that, is she gonna keep bringing me up time and time again for however long? So I'm asking her, hey, if you're gonna continue to do this, then I'm gonna have to do it as well.
If you're like that.
To be fair, from like I said, from the context and the information I have, from what she's been put through, now she's trying to capitalize out. She's writing the book and she's doing all this, which is gonna, you know, a lot of her fans or their fans are gonna see this. It's gonna make her a lot of money, and you know, she's not with him anymore. She's trying to capitalize on all that. You know, if he was an outstanding guy, if he was an outstanding guy, never cheated, she left, and then got with that guy, right? That yogi guy he was with, you know, the tattoo artist, yogi lad. If he was an outstanding guy and didn't do, and then that's messed up. I feel that's like bad morals, but this is a completely different situation.
Because I don't want you to worry about that, because that's not the case.
Okay.
And I want you to know that that's not the case.
I know, but
I'm not here.
But again,
Because if that was the case, if you really truly think about it, that would have happened years ago. If that was really my way, my.
Yeah, but you know how people are over after breakups. It's like, no, I'm not saying you. I'm saying in general, right? Would you agree that women are like,
sure,
they
that's
keep,
fucked up.
yeah,
They keep
fucking being playing the victim, like.
She's just playing him throughout this conversation, and how he thought that, you know, that she wouldn't, and you know, that's not your girl no more. It's not your wife no more. You the one who messed up. That's why she left. She can say whatever she wants to you. She's probably just saying it just to, you know, keep you off her back, and so she can, you know, go forward with his book or whatever, or expose you. And now you're mad that she is exposing you, or you're being exposed for the guy maybe you always were. I don't know, bro.
Oh my God, that's what I'm saying. She said that I can't stand that shit when women expose their man after they break up. They're fucking weird. That's literally what she's.
She's playing you then. She was literally saying to your face, and as soon as she gets off the phone, she's laughing. Her and a yogi man, her yogi boyfriend, are meditating. They're doing whatever in the jungle. They're laughing, bro.
Said. And that's literally what she's doing now. Okay, so now let's get into the book. She talks about a specific event and a moment in that event to basically define my character and to show that that is proof that I had another girl there that I was supposedly talking to and I was cheating on her with, when that is not true at all. Think about this. Why would I invite another girl there when this whole event is about my family?
Okay, so I think he's talking about that basketball game thing. My fiance, she showed me a little clip, and to be fair, the girl who was on TikTok and all over online, the blonde-haired girl, I believe, she was making the videos. There was a girl who was like courtside and zoomed in, and she had a badge. Couldn't really see the detail of it, but it did kind of look like her. So, you know, and if he thought that his girl Catherine didn't know about her, he might have invited her, you know, to have her around there. So, and he's saying he didn't, but I think we'll see some more videos come out.
And this event is about me and Catherine's bond. Why would I want that girl to see that? Me hugging and kissing and grabbing my wife's ass. You guys didn't want to show these clips.
Yo.
Me holding my wife's hand.
He's saying all this stuff, holding his wife, you know, grabbing her waist, but he did cheat, right? So he's saying all these things, but he was still, whether it was before this point, after this point, he was cheating. So now he's making it about not having the girl at the event. But even if the girl was or wasn't at the event, which I bet from the picture and the video we saw that she was, but even if she wasn't, it's still freaking bad what you're doing, bro. You shouldn't be in a relationship with someone if you're cheating. If you didn't want to be, if you wanted to go and be with someone else, you should have left her. You should have told her that it's done and then gone and be with someone else. Don't mess up with someone else's life, you know?
But you guys want to bring up a clip where it was 5 seconds of a video of me giving my speech, and then when I gave Catherine to Mike to tell her speech, I step away for a second to catch my breath because I just got done playing in an hour-long basketball game, and I wanted to catch my breath, and I wanted to wipe the sweat off of my...
Bro, you were in a 60-minute basketball game, which you were subbed in and subbed out. You didn't play no 60 minutes. It's not as big as a deal as you think. The body language does show it all, you know. When you were speaking, she was on you. When she was speaking, it was almost like you didn't care. So, what do y'all think? Make sure you drop in a comment what you think about that situation too.
My forehead, and then I get right back next to her. She wants to use that specific moment out of all the 10 years we've ever been through anything to define me as a terrible person and a terrible husband.
And if you watch that video of that basketball game, that charity thing they're doing, do you see the way Catherine girl, his wife, was looking around? It was like she was, and my girl noticed that too. She was like, look, she's like looking for someone. She knew. She was, if you look at her eyes, they're just kind of wandering around like she's looking for someone, you know? Not like a friend, not a family member, someone, she's looking for someone.
I'll show you the clip just in case you guys didn't see it.
Show us the clip, lad.
It's all over TikTok. But just so if you can see it for yourself. In this clip, it shows you that when I grab the mic to give my speech, my arm is completely around her the entire time.
That's it. It can't be. His arm was around her, guys. His arm was around her. There's no way he cheated. There's no way that there was another girl there because his arm was around her. He said it. He said it, guys. His arm was around his wife, so there's no way There could have been another girl there.
But you guys want to clip the part where I take a step away.
Again, I can't say this enough. Thank you for everyone who came out and supported us tonight. Thank you for everyone who watched the live stream. Like we always say, nothing will be possible without the A-Star, and we truly mean that.
Everything's possible. So once again, he's choosing details to get away from what he did wrong. This is pretty psychological. What he's doing, he's doing a lot of psychology right here, to where he's in the wrong. He knows he's in the wrong. Whether there was a girl there or not, doesn't matter if there was a girl he was messing around with there or not. He clearly cheated before, after, or for a long time. There could have been a girl there. He's now using all these details which his ex-wife is bringing up, and now he's going to use that to fuel the whole conversation and make it not about him messing around with multiple of these girls.
My arm is completely around her the whole time I'm talking.
His arms around her the whole time. The whole time his arms around her. There's no way he could have been cheating.
But she says that she feels unseen. So then,
she feels unseen because she knows the whole situation. She knows you were messing around with another girl. That's in a woman's mind. That's all she's probably thinking about the whole time she's there. And then she's looking for this girl who could have been there. That's why you've made her feel like that.
Baby, you want to say something?
I give her the mic and I step away.
Bro, that body language just there, look at that. So she's on you, you walk away. You didn't need a second break all the other times you were speaking. You know, you probably played maybe 30 minutes, 35 minutes. And now, when it's your wife's turn to speak, you can't be next to her, looking at her in her eyes, smiling, you know?
For a second, catch my breath and wipe the sweat off my
We
face.
have
Who's
the
that now?
strongest family in the world. The strongest. Oh,
And I'm-
for coming out.
And I'm still right there next to her. It's very unfortunate and sad because
Bless his heart, he's still next to her, y'all. He's still next to her.
now she turned one of our biggest moments as a family and a brand into a mockery.
Let's just break that down. He just said that she turned one of the biggest moments of their brand into a mockery. How could she even be happy at that event with knowing what he did to her? But it's all her fault, and now he's blaming the whole event and everything, that, you know, a mockery on her. He's the one. If he never did any of that, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty crazy how this is manipulation. He's pulling everything back onto her. He's the one in the wrong. He's the one who's been doing this stuff, but he's still pushing it back on her, you know?
When that was so special to both of us, and it happened because of both of us. Now let's get into the cheating.
What's all these fake little all these little points of, you know, feel sorry for me. Let's remember, we haven't heard, I don't think, a single time of him say, I cheated. These are the girls, you know, this is what I did. You know, he hasn't said any of that yet. This is almost like I don't know, it's like a way, like an acceptance speech. It's not the video is expected, you know? This isn't like a thing like, oh, I'm in the wrong. It's making like, she made me look bad. She's doing this to me. She said she wouldn't say this. Bless his heart. Bless his heart. He had his arm around her.
When it comes to me stepping out of my marriage,
Oh. Let's see where this goes.
I did.
No. No. How? He had his arm around her at the event. It was the biggest event of their lives. His arm was around her.
I 100% stepped out of my marriage and it was completely wrong for me to do it. I take full accountability. If I can go back and change it, I would.
Would he? Would he? Or would he have done stuff differently? Would he have?
And I'm sorry for that. I truly am.
Yo. Oh, this is that fake. Come on, yo, this is that fake. Are we gonna see a tear? Are we gonna see a tear maybe? Oh. Oh. Yo. This is the clear, you know, oh, I'm in the wrong. Feel sorry for me again. I cheated. Feel sorry for me again. Catherine's a worse person.
But when it comes to her acting like she had no idea what was going on, that is a complete lie.
Can't make this shit up. Can't make this shit up. She's acting. See, now straight away, I'm in the wrong. But she did all this stuff to me.
Catherine knew what I was dealing with for a very long time. I would come to her and I would voice how I feel about how I felt like I was getting no affection from her. There was a year period where we had no sex, and I would vent to her.
Well, damn. Listen, if there was a year, that's how do you let it go for a year? If you are having relationship problems and you can't fix that very quickly, then you guys need to separate. If there's a problem in your relationship and she's not doing something or he's not doing something, don't let that relationship continue and then step out. If it's not working, break up, divorce, whatever, and then go your separate ways and meet who you want to meet. But then what he did is stayed in a relationship and then stepped out, which isn't the way to do it.
Telling her what I needed. And her exact words verbatim on my kids.
On my mama.
She said, just don't make me look dumb. Don't.
Choice of words. She said, don't make me look dumb. And boy, you getting exposed by girls who are reaching out, saying that you reached out to them on Instagram and all stuff. You made her look hella dumb. And now you're mad that her book's coming out and it's all about the shit you did. You did this to yourself. You did it to yourself, lad.
Don't embarrass me.
You definitely embarrassed her.
I don't know what that means to you guys, but to me it sounds like go do whatever you need to do.
Okay, in what world does that mean? Okay, if your girl, your wife, your fiance said, don't embarrass me, and then how his curly-haired brain thinks that means you go do what you need to do. I don't know how those two things, don't embarrass me. That is crazy. It's crazy. I don't think she meant that at all. I think she wanted more of him, you know. I think there were maybe problems in the relationship from both sides. And they should have both worked on it. But he didn't process. He definitely, don't embarrass me. He didn't process that correctly, for sure.
Because I'm not capable of giving you what you need. So Catherine tells you guys that back in 2018, 2019, I basically ruined her life because I stepped out of our marriage and she had no idea. When that is not true at all. She knew exactly what I was doing and when I was doing it. So much to where she stayed with me another 5-6 years after that.
Damn. That's a piece of shit right there. Like, even, okay, if she knew, I'm not too sure why, you know, a lot of girls get in relationships and that's your wife, so, you know, they want to try and make it work. But if he was doing all this cheating, see, he's literally admitting to cheating with probably multiple women, we don't know how many. You should not be in a relationship if you're doing that, you know? Or be in a relationship which, you know, is cool with that, but I don't think she was cool with that. I think, you know, she probably did feel trapped. You know, you have this YouTube relationship couple thing going on with all your kids, and bro, that's not cool.
She continued to film every YouTube video with me after that. She even went as far as defending me, defending my name when people would ask her about me stepping out. Even to where a few months after that event of her being so hurt, that a few months later,
Oh, here
she
we
even
go.
says, I'm her soulmate.
My soulmate, I know for a fact that it's Austin, and I also believe that my life partner is also Austin, which is really interesting because
Look at his face. I didn't like it. Before this interview, he didn't have a conversation with her. Goofy ass.
it has a lot to do with my life, my traumas in my past, even in my past life. It has to do with domino effects in my life, and that's why I was brought to Austin, and that's why we manifested each other, and I really feel like
So someone that is so hurt and so embarrassed and so unseen. A few months later that this video was recorded, you can go and check it out on our YouTube channel.
Plug. Gotta put the plug in there. Go check it out, YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, comment.
She says that I'm her soulmate and life partner. Someone that is destroyed would never say that. I wasn't even in that video.
Women watching this right now, comment it. What would that mean? Would you feel trapped if this was you? Do you think she felt trapped in that relationship? Maybe. You know, she's obviously they're doing very well. You know, the kids are doing well. A lot of people don't want to break up, you know, a relationship because of their children. A lot of times, I don't know how many kids they got, maybe 2 or 3, but that's what I'm thinking. Comment what you got, what y'all think right here.
That was all on her. I wasn't sitting next to her. She did that on her own. At this point, there was rumors that came out, never pictures or videos, because one thing she said was, just don't embarrass me. So I
Comment if you think that he embarrassed her. Because I bet any woman would be mad if you were married to someone and then you found out a girl on Instagram's showing all DMs from him, and they're you know, he's inviting her to the house, picking her up in Rolls Royces, all this stuff. Netflixing with a blanket on his lap. Like, come on, is that embarrassing? I don't know. He had his arm around her at the basketball game. He wasn't cheating.
I did what I needed to do in private, even though there were still rumors that came out. And when the rumors started coming out, that's when she then really didn't give a fuck.
She didn't, or you didn't?
Said many a times in videos, there's a video here where she just doesn't care.
Okay, so nobody knows the truth, the tears and the yelling. Nobody knows what I went through. We're a fucking team, bro. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, I'm sorry.
At the end of the day, this is a social media relationship. She has to say certain things. And she definitely she's waiting to be away from you to now she can say those things and write this book.
Like,
I'm not sorry, but I'm sorry. Like, I just don't care. What the hell happened? What happened that day? And I'm like, shit, can we share my part? Shit. Yeah. I went through a lot. Behind a king, there's always.
She's saying all this stuff which makes her, like, she's saying she felt like shit, she went through a lot, she's saying it with a smile on her face, but she's just saying that because you're in the video and you're right next to her. You know?
again, she's saying how she just doesn't care, she doesn't give a shit, and she's been through a lot because she knows what she's been through. But we've never shared it. What else could she be talking about that she just doesn't care?
This guy is something else. This whole snap story has been him being the victim. He is the victim. She is the bad person. Because she's making out in the book that, you know, all the bad stuff he's done, and now he's like, oh no, I can't have this. I gotta make it seem, I gotta keep my fans, I gotta make it seem like she's the one who made me do all this and caused all this.
We talked about everything in our lives besides our relationship. And there's a reason for that. Up until this point. Regardless of the fact that she knew about it, still does not make what I was doing right. At all.
Exactly. So he's admitting it doesn't, whatever she might have done, which I don't know what is, whatever she might have done and said doesn't make it right. So he's so contradicting, right? How super contradicting, because now he's saying it doesn't make it right, But he's been saying all this stuff. So, and now I probably guarantee that he's gonna switch back and make it, she's a bad person again.
But did I have a reason for why I was doing what I was doing? 100%. If I could go back in time and change how I handled things, I would try harder to help her through the situation that she was going through. And that...
I don't know if he would have.
That's what I thought her spiritual journey was doing. When she first came to me and told me that she wanted to do ayahuasca, for those of you who don't know what ayahuasca is, you can look it up for yourself. The research I've done and the friends that told me about it have said it is a legal substance that can cause someone to hallucinate and have you believe something that is not true.
So now she's doing ayahuasca, which it is legal in the US. I believe it's something from, I watched a podcast on it. It's a natural substance. But now you see how he's throwing this on her now, like, oh, she's on drugs, you know? She's on trips and stuff, so.
Look it up for yourself.
Look it up.
And so when she first came to me and talked to me about how she wanted to do ayahuasca, in my head, I was 100% against it. Something that I do not believe in. I believe in God.
So he's against ayahuasca because he believes in God, but he was cheating with all these girls. You see the contradiction we're having here? He's like, I believe in God, but I was cheating on my wife for how many years? But you want to do ayahuasca, which is a legal, you know, medicine, let's call it. But that's too bad. That's bad. That is bad.
But because I'm such a supporting husband, I wanted to support her as much as I could. And so I let her seek that journey.
I'm a supporting husband, but I cheat on my wife. I'm very supportive.
And that's what she did. Through her ayahuasca journey, she was telling me how one moment she feels like she's a psychic. The next moment she felt like she was a healer. The next moment she turned me into a mermaid. I was...
A what? Did he just say mermaid? Wait, she said he was a mermaid?
being as supportive as I could. She even went as far as telling me that she was the reincarnated Virgin Mary.
Okay, maybe that ayahuasca does some trippy stuff. I know, I experienced everything like that. It's funny though how he's now making all of this back to her. Have you noticed that? Like I said, that psychology thing we talked about, he's pushing it all back to her. She's crazy. She's on drugs.
And that she no longer wanted to have sex with me, and she didn't want to use her body in that way. You guys put your...
Soon as if she said that, you should be, all right, this ain't gonna work then. If that was the first breaking point before you started cheating, before you stepped out, then you should have been, all right, well, are you sure about this? Because I'm done. And then you should have been done, go be with who you want to be. But instead...
yourself in my shoes.
But instead...
and if you're...
you want to, continue this. After she said that.
Significant other told you that they were the Virgin Mary and no longer wanted to have sex with you, what would you do?
I would have left them. If that was the point of where she's like, all right, I don't want to have sex with you and stuff like that, then I would have left them. You should have left her then. Or because, is this before you start cheating or after? Because if she's saying this because you've been cheating, then whose fault's that? That's your fault then. And it's also your fault if she said this and you stayed with her and you had the conversations and stayed with her. You tool.
So as she was getting more connected to the spiritual side, we started growing further apart. And it was really sad because our conversations were only about spirituality and couldn't relate. And it got so bad to the point where she was doing it once a month. She became addicted.
See what we're talking about? So now she's addicted. This is now, she's, you know, he's making this all about that she's a bad person. This was meant to be like a thing that, oh, you know, I apologize, I cheated, I stepped out, but now it's all about her. Now she's on drugs, she's addicted, she don't have sex with me. She's calling me a mermaid. She's calling me a mermaid. Man's a mermaid.
Usually people do it once, maybe twice, maybe 3 times in their entire life, but she was doing it once a month. And this is where, during this process and her going out, traveling and going on retreats, she found somebody. And I came across...
Oh no, she found someone? Oh no. Did you find anyone when you were DMing these girls?
their messages, and I didn't know what to make of it. I couldn't comprehend it, I couldn't understand it. But she told me that they were friends that met through their spiritual journey.
This must be that yogi tattoo artist guy she's with, who I've been seeing everywhere. So I'm guessing that's that guy.
On one of these retreats, just friends. Here are the messages.
Oh no, she cheated? Oh no. It's not like I was cheating with 20 girls.
That I came across that I didn't know what to think of it. And that's why I took her word and believed her, because I had no idea what the fuck this meant.
No. Oh my gosh. Guys, look, it's a monkey. It's a monkey. You know what it means? There's a monkey. Oh my gosh. There's a monkey everywhere. We all know what that means. Monkey.
What does that mean? What type of language is that? No idea. But as time was going on, it started to show that this is somebody that she was connecting with. And unfortunately, when you guys found out, I found out way, way before then.
Fake cry. So fake cry incoming now. So remember, let's get the context right. He's been cheating, multiple women. Now she's been through all day. She's doing this ayahuasca. She's met this yogi lad, tattoo artist guy. Now she's the one. She's the one who stepped out. I had my arm around her at the basketball game. Let it out. Let it out, lad. Let those tears flow.
And so we get a divorce, and
He's acting like it wasn't coming. Man was cheating. This is the whole reason you got exposed by this girl coming out, and there's probably gonna be a lot more girls coming out with more info.
we go our separate ways. Her new partner moves in with her, and the spiritual journey gets worse. I know you guys know before, when she was doing ayahuasca, when I was living with her, she would do it away from me, away from the kids, and outside of the house, where she would go to a professional. I'm sure you heard of Linnell. She's taken pictures with her, she's praised her, and Linnell was once a family member of ours. And Linnell has been a professional in this field and has been studying this field for damn near 15, 20 years. And when Catherine
Remember, y'all, she's addicted to ayahuasca. Linnell, the family member, is an expert, 15, 20 years, and she's been doing it with this Linnell, but she's addicted. Remember, she's addicted now.
Got her own spot, and she was living with her boyfriend. She decided to take Linnell's business away from her clientele, and decided to do the ayahuasca ceremonies and her hosting them at her house, in her home where my kids lay their head.
Bold claims, everyone. Now they're divorced, now she probably has the children, and now he's trying to say that, you know, now she's doing it around my children, you know? He's really going for her because he's been exposed, she's exposed him in the book. He's now feeling defensive, even though he was in the wrong. Like, let's be honest, if he was in the right and he was a great guy, this would be a different story, but now he's going full attack mode on his ex. But he's trying to make everyone feel sorry for him at the same time. Oh wait, tears are coming. See? Don't see me cry. Boy, stop crying, boy.
And
Oh, stop.
it got so bad. Sorry, I promised myself I wasn't even gonna fucking cry.
This. Man up and tell us what you're trying to say, boy.
In this video because I'm just angry.
You're angry that you stepped out and you've caused these problems, you know?
It got so bad to the point where good friends of hers came to me, and Catherine forced them to do it, just like she would force me many of times, but I turned it down because I didn't believe in it.
He didn't believe it. He believes in God. And another thing, he's saying like, oh, they're doing it where his kids lay their head. You know, okay, if there was such a concern with this and you really thought it was causing the kids harm, why didn't you call the authorities? Why didn't you go and get your children? Why didn't you, like, you know, to tell the authorities, hey, this is what's happening, my children are there, I need to get them. I don't believe any of that happened, right? He's over there having pizza with a homeless guy in a car. I don't know, something like that.
She forced her friends to do it, and they came to me very concerned because they didn't have a good experience with their ayahuasca journey. And they said, Austin, I'm very concerned, not only for Catherine, but for your kids, because this is where they sometimes sleep. And she has random people that come in and out of her house that she doesn't know.
Okay, so did you call the authorities? When you found this out, what was your reaction? If this is happening at her house and she's doing this stuff around the children, then, and listen, maybe that's not a good thing, but you need to then put some action on that. You need to call the authorities like, hey, this is what's happening right now, or is happening. I need you to come with me and, get my children.
That are all participating in this illegal substance together.
Oh. Illegal? I thought, so wait, it was a legal substance, now it's an illegal substance? I don't know. Comment below if you know more about this ayahuasca.
That are all hallucinating and having all different types of experiences. That this is not a safe environment. Somehow they found someone in Brazil to help them.
So it's not a safe environment, you're saying. As you're their dad, go freaking get your kids then. Go call the authorities and go let them check it out and then get your children. It's not being a good dad then if that stuff's happening, you're not doing anything about it. You're just telling the camera now.
Illegally import this ayahuasca shit, and they've been hosting
ayahuasca shit. I don't know if it's illegal, then maybe you shouldn't. We should not be doing it. No one should be doing it. But first, I thought it was a legal thing. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what they're doing. All I know Austin lad's a mermaid.
These ayahuasca ceremonies for the past year at Catherine's house where my kids lay their head. And after her friends came to me and voiced their concern, I knew I really only had two options. Either I get full custody of the kids,
Okay, here we
or
go.
I spend more time with them to protect them.
Okay, you should go for the full custody thing if this is what she's doing, which I don't know. Then yes, go get your freaking kids. Spend more time with them. No, go get your kids if she's doing an illegal substance. Then yeah, and she's doing it around the children as people around it. I don't agree with that. But hey, remember that carnival? That scam? This guy's like the king of going around everything. We've hardly even heard anything about his mistakes and his scams and his infidelity, right? That carnival was messed up. Remember that carnival they did? Which was just like a regular carnival and they just put their name on top and then they were charging like $45, $50 for some chicken and fries and a can of Fanta. And everyone was complaining they gave no one their money back. That was a bull.
And I think you guys know what option I chose. I never, ever wanted to do that to her. As you guys know, ever since we got together, I've showed so much love to that woman. And
You have not. You were showing love to some other women. No, I'll give you that. You were showing some love to some other women.
that's something that I can never do to her, and that I would never do to the kids.
So wait. If she's putting the children in danger, and then he's like, I need to step in, I need to get custody and take them, but now he's like saying, I would never do that and take her away? That's dumb then. See, now you've contradicted yourself once again. You're like, oh, I'm gonna get custody and take him and keep him safe. But now you're saying I could never do that. So was she doing any of this? Is she doing any of this shit? Man, this is confusing. He's good. This is how we got all of you on that carnival. That carnival thing they did, the little fair. This is how we got all you. It acted like it was gonna be the next Disneyland. And then it was shit, you know?
But when I hear that she is also educating my kids on what ayahuasca is, and that she is telling me that soon they will be able to experience ayahuasca if they want.
Like I said, I don't know if any of this is what he's saying is true. He's not really the most trustworthy person, but if it is, why is he even making this video? He should be over at the, the police. He need to be at the house. He need to be trying to get those children back, you know. But instead, he's telling us all about it.
And the reason why that is so scary is because here is a photo of all of them in Catherine's house experiencing the ayahuasca journey that they had together. And this boy right here is only 12 years old.
Go get your kids then. Like what? Like, guys, if this is happening and he's concerned, why are you not trying everything out your power to go get your kids? But then he also says at one minute, I'd never do that to her. I'd never take the kids away. Huh? So what are you trying to do? Are you taking the kids? Are you not taking the kids?
Doing ayahuasca. Mind you, no one here is a professional. No one here studied ayahuasca for years and years. I don't know if you guys know how dangerous that is, but all it takes is for one bad experience and it changes all of our lives. Not
Go get your kids then, lad. If this is what's happening, go get your kids. Go to court. Go, like, you know, if you have the evidence for this, you have the pictures, you have the evidence, you have her saying it, you have recordings. Go take it to court, show them, and I guarantee it'll be a different situation, and you'll have your kids. No.
I just can't.
Would any loving parent not want to do that and go get their kids if they saw something like that happening, from what he's claiming?
Not just mine, but my kids. And that's something I'll never fuck with. Ever.
He says that, but what has he done? Let's see. Maybe he's done something. Maybe he's trying to take it to court. I don't know.
And so I took it in my own hands to have my kids more, try to spend more time with them. And I'm sure you guys seen that. You guys seen that, how hands-on I am and how much they're with me. And I also believe that everything happens for a reason. I was never ever going to address this. I was never ever going to talk about this. And I most definitely was always going to protect her in her spiritual journey, regardless if I felt my kids were unsafe. All that being said, I believe that everything happens for a reason. And I believe all of this whole situation.
He said his kids were unsafe. He's spending more time with them. Fantastic. Nothing against that. But if she's doing this and you feel like kids are unsafe, what would you not do to get them full time, right? You do everything in your power to get them full time. And, you know, if she's on a illegal substance, you clearly speak to her. You're over at her house having pizza, lad. You know, you could, you have all the evidence you need, right? You've shown us fucking every receipt we can think of, but you haven't really talked the point of you cheating too much. But anyway,
situation happened for a reason, because I was never going to address it, regardless of me knowing that my kids were in an unsafe environment. I was always going to protect her.
that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Knowing that my kids were in an unsafe environment, I know that I would protect her. Fuck off. That is the dumbest thing. You're not with her anymore. If your kids are unsafe, you do everything in your power to get them out of the situation. If she's causing them, like if it's harming them or it's not good for them, get them out of that situation. You have all the evidence, right? I don't know why would he be saying that? It makes no sense. King of contradiction, you know.
But I really do hope that this video puts a stop to that shit. And as she continues her spiritual journey, I hope that she can figure out how to do it away from the house and away from the kids in a safe environment. And when it comes to the things that she said about me in that book,
Oh, here we go.
I'm going to repeat this
Here we go.
one last time.
One last time.
She manipulated that event, and she did not tell the full truth about me stepping out of our marriage.
Yeah, she probably didn't tell the full truth because she doesn't know everything. She doesn't know all the many girls you were with.
And now you guys know the full truth.
Oh, we don't know shit yet, son. We about to find out, though. We don't know how many girls you got signed NDAs.
And why it happened. Again, I'm gonna repeat over and over again that I am completely wrong for doing what I did. I
He admitted it.
take full accountability.
He doesn't take accountability because everything he's been saying throughout this whole story has been pushed to Catherine, right? Everything's it's because of her. She doesn't love me. She called me a mermaid. She started doing ayahuasca. She don't want to make love to me. All this stuff. Everything is because of her.
I have grown I am not that person
I don't think someone who's grown would put this much blame on their ex.
Anymore. We're talking 6-7 years ago.
Yeah, he was cheating for 7 years. God damn. Damn.
And it just saddens me that someone.
Did he say 7 years? So wait, this was going on for 7 years? He was a mermaid for 7 years? Just swimming around.
Who is at peace and is enlightened and spiritually woke, that they wanted to do, knowing that this could affect our kids, knowing that.
You know what could have affected your kids is you stepping out of a relationship multiple times, and when they find out and see that, it's not gonna look good either, bro.
Our dynamic will no longer be the same.
He is a mermaid now. When someone becomes a mermaid, that dynamic changes. They're in the water a lot. They're in the water a lot, because mermaids, they live in water, you see now. So they get sailors. There'll be a sailor. They'll sing to them. So he sings to sailors now. They come to the edge of the boat. They grab them. They eat them. They look all nice. His life will never be the same being a mermaid, because she called him a mermaid, and she believes that he's a mermaid. So yeah. So that makes him a mermaid.
I hope you guys understand that it's gonna be very difficult for me to be there for her like I was for the past year and a half.
It's difficult because he's a mermaid now. He can't be like, she might be on land and he's in the water. Sometimes she can't get to the water, They can't have pizza at the house with the homeless guy in the back of the car all the time. Unless they get on a boat, of course, like a little fishing boat, come out to the water and he'll sing and that. He'll sing like, anything's possible. And then the sailors will come and then they'll grab him. Do you know what I mean?
Obviously, nothing will change when it comes to me being a father. So again, you guys can take what you want. But I'm gonna continue doing what I want to do.
Oh, we know that, son. You've been doing what you want to do. Just mermaiding around.
And this is gonna be the last time I talk about everything. Regardless if she wants to continue to talk about it and continue to write books about me, I'm gonna move forward and focus on myself, because
she about to write a Harry Potter series on you, son.
I've done a lot of healing myself. I've grown a lot myself.
You've been doing that healing in the DMs, son.
And I am in a completely new chapter of my life.
All right. Okay. Enough of that. That's the whole thing, basically. All right. Let's break this down real quick, because that was the most, a lot of contradiction we saw in there. A lot of not taking the blame, but then saying that, I'm taking the blame. He believes in God, but he cheats. He's a mermaid. You saw that whole, it was nearly 30-40 minutes of him speaking. He mentioned maybe 2 or 3 minutes of him I cheated, I'm to blame, but then he keeps pushing it back on her. When she was the first time, whenever he cheated, we don't know when, he should have left her then, before he did that. If their relationship wasn't good, then he should have left them. But 7 years of cheating, guys, it's not good. All I know, there's a lot of girls exposing him right now, and we'll see what happens. But Let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know if you enjoyed this little, you know, me checking out this video, and you know, let me know what you want to see next. Put in the comments what you want me to react to next, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. I'll see you very soon.